Hey, how's it going? My name is Owen Rayfield. I'm with Tidewater Skate Shop here in Virginia Beach. Started this shop in August of 2021 because there wasn't a skate shop here in Virginia Beach. I was working doing IT and don't really like computers that much, but that's what I got my degree in for some reason. And next thing you know, I was down here at the skate park where it was getting built at the Woodstock park with the Team Pain guys. They were here working on the skate park, just trying to get something built. And I got an invite to come by and hang out and check out the progress on the park. Came down here in the shopping center and I was kind of excited about it because I was like, there's no skate shop. Found a quick location, met with this lady from the real estate office, and she met me here. And like, as soon as she met me here, it was like kind of tingly because when I was a kid in the early 80s, this location was actually a skate shop back then too. So because of that, it was like, all of a sudden I was like, man, I really want to do this. Unfortunately, I wasn't like financially in a good space to be able to do it. I had just moved back to America a couple years prior, 5 years to be exact, and didn't have like any credit or any capital to start the company. I was used my last paycheck. I had $4,000 for my last paycheck for my job, and that covered my rent and my security deposit. And then from there, I took the $8,000 credit card that I had, and I bought some inventory, and I started this business. I had nothing. It was just a tiny shop, no sign, banner on the front. As a matter of fact, I didn't have a sign for the first 3 years, just ran with a banner. I met people from the skateboard scene that would just come in, or I would meet people that would come in off of the internet, you know. Had a pretty good social media presence for some reason, but I guess it's just because it's like geographically located, like people would look for skate shop and it would come up. But everybody that came in the door, everybody that comes in the door, I treat them like family, you know. I treat them like fellow skateboarders. I knew skateboarders alike. The funny part is like when I first started selling skateboards, I'd have young kids come in the store and they would buy a board. The first like 3 times it happened, it was weird. They would come back and try to bring the board back and like get a refund. And I was like, you can't do that. They were like, well, I can't ride it. So I was like, well, I didn't know what to do because in my generation, like you had a million kids in your neighborhood and you just rode down the street and some kid laughed at you until you figured it out and you all skated together. Nowadays, kids don't really have access to that. And the parents were asking me like, can we do lessons? And I was like, at first I was hesitant to it. And then one of the parents was like, well, we pay $50 an hour. And I was like, okay. After 3 days and 3 hours later, the kids still couldn't ride the skateboard very well. And I just felt like I was like taking from people. So I started doing these meetups every Saturday for 30 minutes to teach new skateboarders how to skate. Through the skate up meetup process, what I started noticing is that people kept coming back. It was like I teach them how to skate, and it wasn't like they'd go in their neighborhood and find other kids to skate with. They were like, this is fun. They wanted to come. So I scratched the name clinic and started calling it a meetup. From there, I just started to develop this little community. Now we probably get about 50 kids on Saturday, 50 kids on Sunday. All the kids kind of know each other, and every day more and more kids are showing up. The community's developing more and more. But it's a really cool thing that's inspired me to, you know, just be out there more, because it started off just a half an hour, went to an hour, now it's 2 different parks, 2 days a week. I'm always looking for people to try to help me out with it. But it's hard to find people that want to dedicate part of their life for free to do something, you know, that's nothing really comes back at it, you know. But for me, it's all about just like spreading skateboarding, getting more people on the boards, you know, because for me, it's like one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life. But I mean, besides that, you know, I mean, I've got a great life. I run my skate shop. I'm an avid skateboarder. I skateboard every day. I skateboard in the mornings, usually for an hour, hour and a half, and then I go home, and at night I get to skate usually with my friends too, you know. So every day of my life's fun. I get to be around skateboarders all the time. I get to pick out cool skateboards, get to pick out all the merch and stuff. I do my own screen printing, so I'm a screen printer. I do all the art and stuff, so I'm always working in Photoshop and working with programs, working with local artists too to help me with my programs and stuff. But you know, it's not only, you know, like my passion, but you know, I've been able to turn it into my business as well. And a lot of people aren't really fortunate enough in life to be able to do that kind of thing. So for me, it's like I'm just trying to do everything I can just to get more people involved, just to keep it going, because for me, it's just like it makes me tick when I see people getting into it, you know.